I do, you know, there's plenty of water up there now. Now I've learnt that there's, you see the wave? There's the wave. Look at that wave. Okay, now I've got the moon wave. You seen that, guys? Shit. Was that the moon wave that everyone talks about?
Here we go. The wave's going to come in from the top. You'll notice that the date 11/9 is coded to 9/11. I always look at dates. I'm going to run this. This is running at 50% speed, and I'm going to give you one more with filters added. And there's the wave again. It's a great shot because it is the first time we get to see a zoom up close on the moon of the wave, and there it is really slowed down. I always shoot wide because I want the whole moon in frame, but all this footage really adds something to what we know. Now what you need, look to the right there. See that noise coming into frame? He shot at a lower resolution, and when I ran these filters right before the wave begins, we get that noise off to the right of the moon, and it occurs a couple of times as the wave is traveling. This footage is slowed way down, so you'll notice as the wave goes across. Okay, he edits out. Look at all that noise out there from the find edge filter that's going on. And there's those lines again right before the wave begins. It's very interesting, and it makes me wonder if I shot at a lower resolution and then stretched the frame and used these filters. There it is big time on the right there. And it occurs right before there's the wave, begins right after it happens. So that is very interesting to me. And I want to give a special thank you to Richard as he steered me to James Hannon and Fluke Skywatcher. I want to give a shout out. There's the noise on the right again. And this is his slowdown with an additional 50% slowdown for me, and here comes the wave. And you can see there's a bit of jagged noise even as the wave goes. This one cuts short right after the wave goes by. First wave. And there's the second wave. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the first wave. There's the second wave. I'm looking at a small window here, I apologize. And we're going to take another close view of this with filters applied. Here comes the first wave. There it goes, and here comes the second wave right behind it. This and James are shot on a 10-inch telescope. There's the first wave coming down from the top, and there's the second wave. What you should do is look out at the outer limb of the moon, and when you see it pass, look at the lower left corner and you'll see the wave cross. So look at the outer right edge of the moon, and there's the wave. Now glance into the lower left and you'll see the wave come through that corner. Here it comes now. Alright, here's with filters. This was the hardest footage for me to try to enhance. If you look at the outer limb of the moon, you'll see when the wave is crossing. It's very difficult to see on the inner left side, no matter what filter I applied. Here it comes, and there it is going through the lower left corner. And you'll see the wave go up the upper right limb of the moon, follow the arrows. Remember where this is. It's the only time I use an arrow to indicate. But here you see 3 waves. And then there's even a bit more than that. Here we go again. And as you see the wave on the outer limb, well, maybe not on this footage. The best place to see this particular footage is out on the outer limb of the moon. And there's the third one coming up. There's one, and glance into the face of the moon. You may have to stop and rewind, but you can completely see the wave traveling across the whole face. I reviewed this footage for a good 4 or 5 days. I forget now, but it was quite a bit because it was the first confirmational video I'd been handed, so I wanted to be darn sure that I was looking at. Now in this footage you can really see the waves traveling across the face of the moon. I've applied some filters and brightness and contrast. So this is the only example of 3 waves we have. There it is backwards, and then I'm going to run it forwards again. So thank you, Gustav. Please go to these channels and give these people some respect. So here it comes at the bottom. The wave comes in, it goes out of frame, and then catches up to the camera, which has always meant this was never an equipment failure. Not to mention that it's an organic wave and digital instruments don't fail that way. Just after the first wave begins, 4 seconds, there is a UFO shadow of some type that crosses the upper left limb. Okay, here comes the wave. There's wave number 1. And there's the second wave. Okay, it's going to come in from the top, and I'll cue you right when it's going to start. I have a marker down on this one. Okay, and it's getting ready to come in from the top here. And there's the first wave. And you can see it bowing around the moon. The wave is going to come in from the top. And here it comes. There's the first wave from the upper left. And there's the second wave, from our point of view. Here's at 150% with the grid layover to indicate the angle from our point of view of the wave traveling over the lunar surface, if there is such a thing. Here we go at 100%. This is real time, real speed. There's a slight contrast manipulation here. So I mean, we're in a new era here. Where are the space agencies? If I know this and all these other people have filmed it, this is a known thing, and that's all there is to it. This is something that's being hidden. You know, so many people have come and seen this since 2012, and they're from all walks of life, professionals. I've even been contacted by 4 people from observatories who have told me that they are directed at the observatories they are currently or have worked at in the past not to look at the moon unless they are directed to do so. Right here I'm showing that the wave goes out of frame, then catches up to the camera. This has always been proof that it's a filmed event. Even though I showed this, people have, badgered me non-stop and ignored this evidence, but it means what it means. There it is. There it is, catching up to the camera. That has always been bulletproof evidence that I knew and understood that this was a real event, and I stuck to my guns, and now we have confirmation on a level that's just not easily dismissible.